world without stories?
Long ago, there was such a time.
Back when all people lived in Africa. In that time, there was a tiny spider,
Not just any spider.
but Anansi the spider, a trickster who would use his cleverness to fool creatures stronger than himself.
One day, from his web high in a tree, he called out to the villagers below.
You people down there, what is wrong?
He scurries down his silken thread and looks straight into the villagers' glassy dull eyes.
Why do all you do is sit here not talking?
There's nothing to say, Anansi.
Every day we work together in the hot sun scrambling for food. Our evenings are long and empty.
As empty as our bellies on most days.
Why don't you tell each other stories?
We have no stories. There are none to tell in all the world.
Impossible! I'd rather lose 2 of my 8 legs than live without stories.
We hear that Naim, the sky god, has them.
They're locked in a wooden box.
I'll get them for you.
How can a little spider wrestle them away from a powerful sky god?
Tricksters, they always find a way.
Scene 2, in the clouds. Anansi spins the silken thread all the way to the moon.
He climbs up to visit the sky god.
I want to buy your box of stories, Maggie.
The sky god laughs, making trouble.
There are not enough riches in the world to buy my stories.
There must be something you desire more than riches.
Nothing a tiny spider could provide.
Name your price, Naim.
Naim thinks for a moment.
All right, Anansi. Bring me a Ninian the python, Osimo the leopard, the Mamboro hornets, and the Momita, the invisible fairy.
How? They're the most deadly creatures in our land.
If you cannot pay the price, Anansi, I will keep my box of stories.
Oh no, I will pay. And when I do, I want my name carved into that box.
Scene 3, in the jungle. Narrated, Anansi slides down the silken thread to his home in his white castle. They Cecil plans to capture only the python that can swallow a goat.
Later, they walk through the jungle, arguing loudly.
I tell you, Onion is longer than this bamboo stick.
And you say Anini is shorter? The enormous snake slithers off a branch.
Why are you shouting my name? I should eat you for breakfast. It's just to silence you.
It's my wife, Great Python. She says you are shorter than this puny stick.
Toss it on the ground. I will show you.
Onimi lies alongside the stick.
See, I am much longer.
No, your head and tail still do not reach the ends.
It's your coils it's that make you seem shorter. I will bind you to this stick with my silken thread.
Ah, yes, Onimi. Now that you are straighter, you are longer.
You are also my captain.
Anansi, you fooled me. Anansi carries the python up the silken thread to the sky god.
So, trickster, you have delivered a Ninian, but Osimo the leopard still awaits you.
Scene 4, near the watering hole. Anansi calls the villagers together to help him capture Osibo. He's the most dangerous leopard in the jungle with teeth as sharp as spears.
We must dig a hole at the place where the leopard lives, then cover it with branches.
Sure enough, when Osibo appears, he falls into a hole.
Great. My friend, this is not a good watering hole. It's bone dry.
Anansi, you're the clever one. Find me a way out of this trap.
Yes, and I'm clever enough to know that if I do, you'll kill me.
I promise on my many spots. I will not. Just get me out, however you can.
However, as you wish.
Anansi has the villagers attach one end of the silken thread to the top of a willow tree.
Then they bend the tree down and Anansi ties the other end of the thread to Osibo's tail. When the villagers let go of the willow tree, it snaps back up, flinging the leopard with it.
A SIBO is stinging around this tree.
And with every tree, Anansi thread wraps him up like a cocoon.
Anansi carries the thrashing leopard up the silken thread to the sky god.
So, trickster, you have delivered a SIBO, but the Mambora hornets await you.
Scene 5, deep in the forest. Once again, Anansi calls the villagers together.
I must capture Mambono hornets.
How? Their stings burn like needles on fire.
I'll hollow out a kabash board and fill it with water.
Then Anansi tells the villagers to snap their fingers quickly and softly.
It sounds like rain.
Anansi empties some of the water from the calabash gourd onto his head and the rest of the hornet's nest.
I hear rain. Our nest is drenched.
Anansi holds a palm leaf over his head.
Come, hornets, keep your fiery stingers dry. Fly into this kabash.
Ah, what a good idea.
As soon as the swarm flies into the caboose
Anansi claps the palm leaf over the gourd.
and ties it with his silken thread, it shall sting us no more.
Anansi holds the buzzing calabash up to the sky god's ear.
So, trickster, you have delivered the Mambora hornets, but Motia, the invisible fairy, still awaits you.
Scene 6, in the forest.
Anansi turns to Atho for help.
How do I catch something I cannot see?
It won't be easy, but one thing I know, the invisible fairy loves to eat yam pie.
Ah! Then take a bowl of it to the woods where the fairies dance.
Meanwhile, Anansi carves a wooden doll and joins Asso.
He spreads sticky gum from the gum tree all over the doll.
The villagers hide in the bushes to watch.
Why is Anansi tying a silken thread around the doll's neck?
And placing the doll beside the bowl of yam pudding.
The invisible fairy has a fierce temper.
Anansi and the villagers hear rustling sounds.
I see the tall grass moving.
They watch as the bowl floats up on its own.
The fairy must be here.
Oh, little baby! Is this your yam pudding?
From behind a tree, Anansi pulls the thread on the doll's neck so it nods.
May I have some?
The doll nods again.
The villagers hear slightly noises.
The pudding is disappearing from the bowl.
Ah, delicious! Thank you, little baby.
The doll does not answer.
I said thank you, little baby. Do you not say you're welcome?
The doll still does not answer.
Do you hear me? When I say thank you, what do you say?
The doll begins to shake. The fairy has grabbed it by the shoulder.
Ah, little baby, let go of me. The fairy is stuck, glued by the gum Anansi put on the doll.
Anansi leaps out and winds his thread around the doll, trapping the invisible fairy.
The fairy screeches as Anansi carries her to the clouds.
Scene 7. In the clouds, the sky god bows to Anansi.
Through your cunning, you a tiny spider have delivered all that I ask.
The sky god presents Anansi with a beautiful wooden box.
This is my beautiful. From now on, what is in within shall be known as the Anansi stories.
Anansi opens the box and flings the stories to the four winds.
Now the winds will carry my stories to the people of the earth.
On Earth, people catch them and tell them again and again.
Their evenings are no longer dull now that the stories belong to the world.
So the next time you hear one, be sure to thank our little spider, Anansi.